And welcome back, everyone, to the Joy Without Justification podcast. We are your one-stop spot for finding peace, purpose, and presence. No explanation is needed. I am your host, Denny.
And I'm your co-host, Dan. And I just want to say hello to everyone and happy to have you with us today.
Today we're diving into a topic that can be truly transformative. Releasing the need for others' validation. Do you believe in your inherent worth, regardless of external validation? How does this belief impact your self-esteem and relationships? This is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. We often get caught up in seeking approval from the outside, whether it's compliments, likes on social media, and even just someone acknowledging our presence. One thing that I did read, it was a study not too long ago, people get like dopamine hits off of your Facebook posts. And that that becomes a validation of your worth.
I've seen some of your Facebook posts. They make me almost want to bang my head off the wall. But
no, but seriously, I mean, we put so much effort on what other people think of us. And we try to find that recognition and acceptance and love out there somewhere else. And I am definitely guilty of it because of my past. I always wanted to find my worth and how I was perceived by other people. So yeah, that's definitely a huge one.
Yeah, but the truth is, our worth is not determined by external sources. It's inherent, undeniable, and deserves to be celebrated, regardless of who's looking.
And that's true. So for me, the biggest piece was, how do I not need that validation from somebody else? How do I see my own inner shine? So let's kind of look at this together. First, understanding the concept of intrinsic worth is key. So imagine you have a precious diamond. Its value doesn't change based on someone's praising it. Its value because of it being a diamond. So we are all like that. But somehow we let our thoughts, we let our emotions, we let our past rob us of the fact that we're still a diamond. And that's a hard piece. When you have years of belief piled up on you, to see your worth, sometimes it just doesn't feel it's there. Sometimes you just don't see it. But you need to see it. You need to see that everything in creation is beautiful, and you are beautiful just where you are. And I know it's hard to find that sometimes, but when you start seeking the validation out there, and I know I've heard this 1,000 times in my life, but if you don't love yourself, no one else is going to. There is so much truth in that, because when I started to learn to love myself, I started to see the outside compliments for what they really were. And most of the time, people would compliment me when they wanted me to do something. How about that?
Yeah.
And then when I had to stand up for myself, or when I just didn't want to go along with the crowd, their praise wasn't there. And it hurt at first. But now the friends I'm making, now the people we are connecting with are real people. So when you start loving yourself, it's kind of like you turn a spotlight on and you see who's real in your life and you see who's not. And, I still treat everybody with loving kindness, but the people that are my friends, the people that are in my inner circle are there because they choose to be, not because I want them to be, because I gravitate towards the same kind of people that were my abusers or that hurt me. That same personality. We all do that. It's just wired in us. And when you shine that light on and you see your own worth, then you start to see things as they really are.
Those abusers are more or less what I prefer to call fakers.
Yes.
The ones that only see your worth and your value to them as long as you're praising them and
Yep.
raising them up on a podium, and
Yeah.
better off without them.
Yep.
That's a great analogy, Dan. So now, how do we build this sense of self-worth? Here where some practices come in. But first, let's solidify this feeling with a positive affirmation. Repeat after me. My worth is innate and undeniable. I am worthy of love and happiness, just as I am.
Yes, that's true. That is definitely true. And throughout the day, take some moments to reconnect with that feeling of inner worth. Maybe it's through journaling positive qualities about yourself or simply acknowledging a job well done. Now, for me, this was something that was the hardest thing to do. And I know a lot of people say this stuff, but for me, I really felt I had no worth at all. There was no redeemable qualities about me. But I made myself find stuff. And it was just like I'm punctual, because I'm obsessed. If something has to be at 2, I got to be there at 2:45. And just allowing myself the permission just to see that one thing that I knew I did well allowed me to open the door to see there's a whole lot of stuff I do well. And I think once you get past that barrier and you start looking inside at your good qualities and you start naming them and, write them down in the journal, write them down on a poster board and stick them where you can see them. Make yourself know your worth because no one out there is really going to. In a real way. So make yourself understand your worth. And I try to stop throughout the day and think of the things I've done well or, the things that I do well. So, and I give myself that credit. And then it enables me to go on and kind of, live in that freedom.
Well, and I think we all go through that at some point or another. Some of us don't have as hard of a time getting past that feeling of the need of validation of others as some do. Mm-hmm. Me, for one, I don't really want to say that I didn't fall into that trap myself.
Yeah, we all have.
But I've been able to, when those people showed me who they were, I've been able to distance myself away from them and no problem. But yet somebody like you're saying who's got anxieties like you have dealt with and that have gravitated more towards those kind of people, mm-hmm. it's a rather difficult thing to do, and that's understandable.
Sure is. And give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. That's the one thing I think we don't do well is we can extend all kinds of forgiveness to everybody around us but ourselves. So yeah, you may not feel like you love yourself or you may give yourself a positive affirmation and then beat yourself up later. Don't do that. Give yourself grace. Just be loving and as kind to yourself as you are to others around you. And you're going to be surprised what that's going to do.
And as you build this internal sense of validation, the need for external approval naturally lessens, and you begin to shine your light from within, and that is incredibly attractive.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. And guess what? It's a game changer. It's a game changer when you get to see that light kind of. For me, it was just like this little glimmer of hope, as I was going through all this stuff and coming out and being able to stand on my own 2 feet and just being able to, love myself the way that I should have. It takes away the fear. It takes away the doubt. It's a process, but just start small. Just start small and pamper yourself.
Yep.
All right. So guess what? We'll be into the topic of a merry little podcast. So stay tuned for that. And before we head out, don't forget to subscribe to Joy Without Justification wherever you listen to your podcasts.
And be sure to check out our YouTube channel, Joy Without Justification, for even more inspiring content. And you can always reach out to us directly at joywithoutjustification@gmail.com. We would love hearing from you. A merry little podcast. That must mean tomorrow is Christmas Day.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Christmas Day.
All right. Well, wishing you all a season filled with joy, peace, and the knowledge of your own undeniable worth. And from all of us here at Joy Without Justification, Merry Christmas.